What's going on, everybody? It's Kanye, and today we're going to be doing another Play Like a Pro series episode, and today we're doing the one and only barbecue chicken, Shaquille O'Neal, the big man in the paint, the 7'1", 320-something pound, just absolute monster of a paint scorer. So when we're making this build, we're really going to focus on, Shaq's scoring and rebounding ability. Led the league in scoring more than 1 year. I think it was a couple years, maybe even 3, 4. But then also he led the league in rebounding a few years. So we really want to make sure that we have the inside scoring and rebounding ability. I'm just going to go out here, and if you're watching this video, this build's not going to have any shooting. So if you're looking for a shooting big man build, this is not it. We're not going to be touching the shooting portion of the build because, we're making Shaq, man. It's just not going to happen. But anyway, let's get started. So, we're going to be making a center. We're making Shaq today. Handedness and jersey number up to you. So for our skill breakdown, you can use a pure blue. Your defensive rebounding badges aren't going to be very good, so you only get like 11 or 12 if you max it out. So I wouldn't do the pure blue. I would go with the more blue than red pie chart. You can do the even blue red, but the badge counts a little bit better on the more blue than red. Plus, Shaq was a little bit better scorer than he was a defender. Still a great defender, but a better scorer. So when we go to our physical profile, Shaq had like a 33-inch vertical, which is insane for a 7'1", 300 plus pound man to have a 33-inch vertical. So we're going to go with the strength and vertical pie chart. He wasn't the fastest guy. He could move, but he wasn't considerably mobile compared to some of the other bigs in the league. So we're going to go with the strength and vertical pie chart. Now, when we get into our attribute application for finishing, you're just going to max everything out. We're going to max all of it out. We're going to have 28 finishing badges. Then you're going to come down to defensive rebound. You're going to max your defensive rebound, offensive rebound, block, interior defense, and lateral quickness. Then we're going to max our pass accuracy. You're going to max our post control. We're going to put the rest on ball handle. And you're going to see here we've got 28 finishing badges, 1 shooting badge, 11 playmaking badges, and 24 defensive rebounding badges. Now, Shaq was known for being kind of a black hole. If he got the ball in the post, he's going to put it up. So when we put these playmaking badges on here in a minute, we're not going to be putting in a lot of the playmaking aspect of the game. We're going to be putting it on stuff that allowed him to score easier. And then, obviously with our finishing badge, there's going to be a lot of the under the rim stuff. Now, Shaq could, finish on the drive, but he was known for having his back to the basket, just bullying people. So that you're going to see that when we start to put the badges on this build. But as it stands right now, so at like a 99 overall, we're going to have, really high finishing stats, really high defensive stats. And once we adjust the physicals here, we'll be able to take a closer look at that. So obviously for his body shape, we're going to go burly. Shaq was a big dude, 300 plus pound, 7'1" guy. We are going to go 7'1". Now I will say, you can go down to 6'10" and make this build really, really good, but I'm going to focus today on making this build as much like Shaq as possible. What I will tell you, though, is if you want to use this same pie chart and make the build 6'10", you can get driving contact dunks on your center. But we're going to go 7'1". For our weight, we're going to lower it just to 241 pounds. Actually, we'll take it, to 240 pounds. We're going to go 240 pounds, and we're going to max the wingspan. So as it sits, we're 7'1". We have an 80 strength, base. So let's go through these stats real quick. So with a +4 at 99 overall, you're going to have a 93 close shot. You're going to have a 69 driving layup, 76 driving dunk, which isn't too bad for a 7'1" guy. You have a 99 standing dunk, 87 post hook. Shooting, we have absolutely nothing, which makes sense. Playmaking, you're going to have a 66 pass accuracy, so you can make the outlet passes fine. You're going to have an 86 post control, so you can make a lot of really effective post moves, which is something Shaq did really well. Our interior defense is going to be an 88, which is really, really good. You're going to be able to stop a lot of people at the rim. One thing a theory I have is we talk about how bad paint defense is this year. I think, when you look at a lot of guys making big men, they want the big to be fast. So when they lower the weight, the interior defensive rating's still in the 60s or even low 70s. So, this is going to help a little bit more because I have noticed the higher the interior defensive rating is, the little bit better, not a lot better, but a little bit better as far as defending the paint. You're able to get a little bit more from the stop department and better animations as well. Not to mention we're going to have a 98 block, a 96 offensive rebound, 96 defensive rebound. So that's elite rebounding stuff. As far as the physicals go, now we're going to be on the slower side. We do get a +8 at 99 overall with our Gatorade workout. We're going to have a +8. So we will have a 63 speed, which on a 7'1" center, that's, pretty big. It's not bad. For acceleration, you're going to have a 60 acceleration. We're going to have a 75 vertical on this tanky 7'1" center, which is really good. And we're going to have an 88 strength, which is also really good. You're going to be able to move people around the post, which is primarily what we trying to, get out of this build. We want to be a guy that throws his back to the basket, can move people, and has the vertical to get up and, get those contact dunks, which you will get the under the basket big man contact dunks. You won't get the driving ones. So big man contact dunks, the pro ones you won't get, but the elite ones you will, because the elite ones are the ones that are primarily under the rim. Not to mention, you're still going to get a lot of good dunk animations with the 95 standing dunk and above 70 driving dunk. So that's good. Now, when we get into the takeover options, Shaq, again, led the league in rebounding for several years. Was a decent rim protector, but I think to fully get the full effect and the feel for a Shaq build, we've got to go with post scoring takes. This is going to give you those really effective drop steps, those nice post fakes when you're trying to get a guy going one way, spin off the other, and then just to turn around and dunk on a guy. So I think the post scoring take is what we're going to go with. You're going to see here we have made a glass cleaning lockdown. Again, really solid build. We're very, very bulky, very large, can still move up and down the court relatively well. But as far as in half court sets, we're going to be pretty much unstoppable, like on a defense and offensive perspective. If we get the ball in the post, it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to pick you up and stop you, and then you've got to kick out for a shot. And then on defense, nobody's going to be able to go at you at the rim. And while y'all looking at this, so I made this build on a build that I made a little 5'10" mid-range playmaker. If y'all want to see that, drop a comment. But I made it to look like Isaiah Thomas, right? And right now I have this Shaq build with IT's face creation on it, and it's got me cracking up. His head looks so little on this body, bro. It's crazy. But either way, besides the point, let's go ahead and get into the build tester. If you've watched this point in the video, if you enjoyed it so far, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It doesn't cost y'all anything. Throw the post notifications on. I'm still trying to bring out all these videos and still put out build videos. I know 2K is on the back end until the new game comes out in September, but I'm trying to keep it interesting, keep bringing you guys some just neat content, so that way the game can still be fun. You can try out these different builds for the remaining months that we have until the new game comes out. But that being said, let's get started with the badges here. So we've got 28 finishing badges to work with, which is actually a really insane amount. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and Hall of Fame Rise Up. We're going to Hall of Fame Slithery, just because this will help in certain moves, just getting, by defenders, not getting taken out of animations. Limitless Takeoff we'll throw on Silver. You're not going to be doing a lot of driving stuff, but when you do, it's good to have Silver Limitless Takeoff. We want Hop Posterizer, Putback Boss, we're going to up. Fearless Finisher, we're going to up. We don't really need Mouse in the House. That badge doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Fast Switch, we're going to up. Drop Stepper. Now, here's what I am going to do. Let me take Slithery off, because if we're in the post, we don't really need it, right? So we'll take Limitless Takeoff off as well. We're going to knock Putback Boss down to Silver. We're going to knock Fearless down to Silver, because you don't need those badges on super high ratings. Grace Under Pressure, I'm going to up to Gold. Back Down Punisher to Silver, Drop Stepper to Silver, Post Spin Technician to Silver, and then you could do Dream Shake. I don't think you really need Dream Shake. If you've got these 3 badges, your post moves are going to be pretty much unstoppable. I'd throw in Stripple on Bronze because our ball handle's super low, but our post control is really high, so you may not need it. Just kind of test that one out. And with the 2 badges left, you could do one on Lob City Finisher on Bronze to catch those under the rim lobs, or you could throw on Hook Specialist, or you could up one of these other badges. I'll probably throw Lob City Finisher on Bronze, and then I would up Grace Under Pressure to Hall of Fame. This is going to allow you to finish under the rim effectively. You're going to get a lot of good dunk animations, and you're going to have the move set and the ability to get around your post defender with your back to the basket. But yeah, so that's how I would lay out the finishing badges. Again, something like Hook Specialist, you could definitely throw that on there. Mouse in the House, absolutely, for Shaq, should be on there, but you don't need it. I mean, if you're 7'1", you're going to make most layups over smaller defenders anyway, so it's not that useful of a badge. Again, Putback Boss probably could be on Hall of Fame. You could probably up several of these to Hall of Fame, but to distribute it and get us more badges, we're going to leave them on the lower tiers. For shooting, just throw it on a Slippery Off Ball. really the rest of these aren't going to help you out any. I guess, I don't know if volume shooter would do anything. I don't think it would, unless it, like, shot attempts include, like, around the rim, then maybe you could throw it on volume shooter, but I would just throw it on slippery off ball, just like on breaks and stuff. If you want to get around a guy, it's going to help you there. For our playmaking, I'm going to throw in silver unpluckable. We'll go ahead and throw in gold quick first step. And we've got 6 left. You could, and this is the thing, right? If we want to help our teammates, absolutely throw on gold post playmaker. You get triple teamed in the post, you got to kick out. You're going to help your teammates out a lot. I would definitely throw on bronze glue hands. And then I'll go ahead and throw bullet passer on silver. And your pass accuracy is relatively high, so you may not need break starter. But kind of get a feel for it. And if you feel like you need break starter, go ahead and throw it on bronze and silver your post play. If you don't need break starter, take it off. Gold your post play, or gold your bullet passer, whichever one you want. We don't have that many options here. So, just kind of put it in the essential positions to where you'll be able to, be the most effective. But that's our playmaking badges. And then last for the defensive rebounding badges. Now, first things first, we're going to go ahead and gold rebound chaser, gold rim protector. We're going to gold intimidator, bronze chase down artist, gold box. Let's see, we can go ahead and throw on post lockdown on bronze. You don't necessarily need that badge, but it's a Shaq build, so we're going to throw it on bronze. We're going to throw brick wall on gold because you can set some big body screens. Worm will throw on gold to help with rebounding. We'll put pogo stick on silver. And then with our last two, we could throw it on either tireless defender, or we could throw it on, hustler, anything like that. Anything that's just going to help you out a little bit. Ball stripper, maybe for when guards are trying to drive, or bigs are trying to drive, and you can't get the block animation, you could always go for the steal. That's just a little added thing. I know Shaq would probably go for the block, so we won't do that. You can also just gold this and silver this. But you got options. I'll go ahead and gold pogo stick and then silver post lockdown. Tireless defender wouldn't be bad if guys are backing you down in the post a lot, so maybe throw something on that. But yeah, that's kind of the badge layout we have here. Again, we've got 28, 1, 11, 24. So, you're getting, what is that, a 54? No, 64. You have 64 badges on this build, which is a really, really high badge count for, a build in 2K. With current gen, that is. You obviously can get a lot more badges in the next gen build. For a current gen build, to have 64 badges is insane. Not to mention, you've got 88 strength when you get your build maxed. You're going to have a good vertical. You're going to have decent enough speed at 7'1". You're going to be able to score elite from back to the basket. If you can get with teammates that can kind of play the half-court game with you, you're going to be really, really effective. But yeah, that being said, if y'all enjoyed this video and you have another, Hall of Fame player in mind, or just any player in general that you'd like to see a build for in the game, drop a comment. That's where I've been making most of these. For example, the Jason Williams video I put out, if you haven't seen that, I made that because someone wanted to see it. They left a comment. The Jason Terry video was also a comment. This build video was a comment. So, if y'all really want to see something, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help y'all out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. All y'all are appreciated. We're on the road to 300 subscribers now. We broke the 200 subscriber mark, and I cannot be grateful enough. But y'all have a good rest of your night. Peace.